don't you?
Mark, a massive win in the title race, isn't it? To get 2 points behind Arsenal in what was a really tough battle out there. Just talk us through what stood out for you in that overall City performance tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure these guys would know, from their experience themselves. These games are always difficult, always tough games to play in. Newcastle are such a difficult team to play against, and their intensity and their endeavour and also their quality on the ball. So, I think it was a really good win today. I think I wouldn't say a statement win, but one that puts us in a really good position moving forward.
Mark, can I ask you quickly, because me and Jolien both said it. It looks like you've been here for decades, not weeks, mate. And you've settled in so well. What sort of things has Pep done to you? Because usually with Pep, when he signs players, he beds them in because of the system. But you've hit the ground running. And what's Pep done and what the lads done to help you with that?
First and foremost, Jolien will know what a top club this place is. And from the first minute I've come, everyone's been so welcoming, the players, the staff. But yeah, the manager's been great. I think I've had to adapt completely, change my game completely, and I'm still learning a lot each and every day. And it's difficult because there's so many ideas. It's more thought process as opposed to physical. Thinking a lot, finding the right pass, when to pass the ball, driving at players, committing players. So there's so many different aspects of the game that I'm learning on the job, and don't have really much time to embed myself. But it's been great because I've had a lot of help, so it's been fantastic.
It must be a player's dream to work with someone like Pep Guardiola. What would you say is the one thing that surprised you about him? Anything that you weren't expecting when you came in?
Nothing really comes to mind, to be honest. I mean, how you see him on the television is how he is in real life. He's enthusiastic, he's passionate, he's intense, and he's a winner. He wants to win every single game, but he wants to win his way. He wants to play a certain way and impose himself on the opposition. So there's nothing really that I've been surprised by. I'm just glad I get the opportunity to be here.
Yeah, tonight we've seen obviously your attributes and your qualities as a centre back. How important was Erling tonight defensively?
I mean, the manager gave him a little speech inside, to be honest, and how amazing he was today. His work ethic is amazing. Fighting for every single ball against Dan, it's not easy. Dan's so strong, so good in the air. He's a real focal point for us at the top of the field, and I'm glad he's done so well for us today.
Not a bad centre-back as well tonight. Do you think he's got a future there?
I think he should stay up front for sure. I don't want him to take my place or anything, but yeah, he's amazing.
I think you're safe, Mark.
Thank you.
Mark, we've got to let you go. We'll let you get in the drive, but thanks very much for coming out to join us. Thank you. Well done tonight. Cheers. Thank you. Well done. Mark Gay there.
Nico, well done today. You're having such a good breakthrough season. Showed your versatility again tonight. Your first Premier League brace. You can't beat scoring goals, can you?
Yeah, no, I'm over the moon tonight. I mean, the win was the most important thing. Try and close the gap and apply as much pressure as possible. And also very happy with the 2 goals.
On closing the gap, on that pressure, I'm sure as a young player here, you were looking at this team win titles. You're now a very big part of your own title race. How are you finding that experience?
Yeah, it's a dream of mine to win something like this. I mean, there's still a lot of games to go, and we just need to take each game as it comes. And I'm enjoying every moment and taking it all in.
You could have seen this time of year when Manchester City get going, it normally ends with success. You're now 8 unbeaten. There must be real belief that you can go all the way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we always believe we can win games. We had a week break, so we were able to prepare for this game very well. We just need to keep going.
Well done, you're today's player of the match. Enjoy that one.
It was a high intensity game, which I knew you were expecting. It looked like it meant a lot there for you at the end. We saw Haaland defending deep to get your team over the line. A big result today.
Massive. It's an incredible team. Newcastle is an incredible but awesome team. Physicality and the speed that they have in front with Gordon Elanga and after Barnes and all of them. So physicality in the middle. So yeah, really tough, but the team was unbelievable.
You're now 8 unbeaten. You seem to have an ability to get your team winning when it matters most. What's that down to?
No, it's not true. We won today. We draw against the Spurs not far away, so step at a time.
You're as familiar as anyone about this part part of the season, the talk that will come. It's now 2 points to Arsenal. They need to come here. Do you feel as equipped as ever with the group that you've got to face that battle and go into a good title race?
70% of the players never play in that situation, and I don't play. So we have to leave it, and we know that every game until the end of the season will be like this. And especially at home, with the 5 games left at home, today we had the best crowd of the year. It was unbelievable, our people. And I'm really, really proud to be manager of these incredible people, fans, and so on. And we'll be, now is rest 3 days that we need it, and proper leads.
So 70% of the players haven't been involved in this experience. Are you having to work in a different way as manager to create success and get a team performing how you like?
Game plan, the mentality, what you have to do. So if you don't outplay this type of... Today the modern football is like that. So it's a man marking so aggressive, the pace they have, and all of them. And they have injuries. So it's a really tough opponent. So in Champions League, 0-5 in the halftime. So 3 days ago, the physicality, the pace, the rhythm that defies always since Saudi Arabia took over the club and Eddie Howe was there, the way the play is unbelievable, so difficult. So that's why I'm really pleased for the way we have today.
3 points it is for Manchester City. We know that things are getting tight and tense at the top of the table, with Arsenal playing in the North London derby tomorrow against Spurs. With the same amount of games played as it stands right now, Manchester City are just 2 points behind Arsenal. And if you look at those scenes at the end of that game, it's as if they have got the belief and the feeling that they might just be doing it. Don Hutchison joining us now to give us the reaction to what we saw in this game today, that win and those celebrations at the end, Don, from Manchester City.
Yeah, evening. I think it told a story when you saw Pep celebrating, the players celebrating. It was a twitchy second half one that had to get over the line in a really sort of pulsating game. But I think after the game told us a lot. Where if you asked Pep Guardiola the question probably about a month ago, he was very honest and said, "I'm not sure if we can do it because it's a new group. It's a group that's in transition." Watching him after the game today and the way they celebrate, it tells me they really feel as though they can do this.
Is that what you read from it? Because we were surprised at first when we saw it, weren't we? Something's obviously in their mind celebrating like that. It's obviously a difficult game against Newcastle.
Yeah. I'm a little hesitant. You know, I would suggest they think they can do it more because of what's going on at Arsenal. You know, let's be honest, Manchester City are still vulnerable, and they were vulnerable at times today. It was an open game. You know, when you try to win the title, you don't just go, you know what, we're just going to go for it all the time, and if we leave some holes in, that's fine. That's not the City of old. The City of old dominated, put you under pressure, and then when they got the opportunities, they strangled you. That's not what the City team does. But, as I said, what happened at the end of the game, I think they realised that they have a big chance. And as I said, Pep, for me, he understands that things are not quite going particularly great over at Arsenal. And I think that more than anything else is why he thinks they really have a chance.
So what do Arsenal players think to see those scenes, Don? Or can Mikel Arteta use this to his advantage to say, look, they think that they're going to do this here. You cannot let them in.
Nah, you can't think like that. I think if you're Arteta, he wouldn't look at that tonight and think we can take anything from that apart from City are hot on our tails. I think that the glaring obvious watching the attitudes and the way the two managers have handled themselves, and it's not a criticism. I just think Arteta tries to micromanage every single second, and you're seeing a lot of the Arsenal players starting to struggle because they're feeling the heat. I think to Stevie's point, I think when you're looking and analysing the two managers and what they're doing to their teams, City really feel as though they can win this. So they're playing, and they have to. City are not a team where they can go clean sheets from now at the end of the season, so they have to open up. They have to feel as though the firepower that they've got is to outscore the opposition. That's their best way of winning a title. That was never the case in Stevie's day in the 90s, noughties, whenever. It was clean sheets that done it. But Arsenal just look so twitchy. The fans are twitchy. The manager's anxious in his technical area. He's putting stress on the players because he's so sort of restricted and he's so desperate to get over the line. Guardiola's teams are thinking, right, let's score goals. Not so much entertain, because they know at the same time they're a work in progress, and they know potentially they can't go clean sheets all the way to the end. So they've got to score. They've got to score goals. They have to outscore teams, and that's going to be their attitude from now to the end of the season.
That was Nico O'Reilly's first Premier League brace today. He got man of the match afterwards. A word on him, if you can, Stevie.
Well, I think we're seeing a different player because he's playing in his natural position. You know, I think Pep probably initially got him in at left back because it was an opportunity to get him on the field. But now the fact that Nori is fit, he can actually push him further forward. And we see the talent he's got. I mean, that left peg, it's just not the talent he's got in his left peg, it's what's going on between his ears, because for such a young man, he's turning up in incredible positions. And the composure on the ball in the final third is, well, for somebody his age, is just incredible. So, yeah, I mean, this guy's only starting his career. He's still learning the game. And if you can do the things he did today and has been doing, and you're still learning, my goodness, what's the final product going to be like? So, yeah, get that man in his right position, which he is now. Keep him there, and you'll see the best of Nico O'Reilly.
Do you want to add anything to that, Don?
He's a player. I think he's got all the attributes. I first seen him down, I think, at Orient in a cup game, and he stood out a mile. He's got a physical presence where Guardiola loves a player that's versatile. So Nico O'Reilly can play obviously at left back. He can probably play left-sided centre-back if needed because of his height, because of his quality. He's a midfield player by trade. So to Stevie's point, he can step into midfield. He can handle the ball, good energy, and he's shown today two completely different finishes. What a career he's going to have.
Arsenal's internal shakeup continues, and the latest departure signals that the restructuring behind the scenes is far from over. James Ellis has stepped down from his role as technical director just 7 months after being promoted. According to BBC Sport, Ellis, who only took on the position last August after serving as head of recruitment, has now left the club amid what appears to be a wider internal overhaul. His exit doesn't come in isolation. In December, Arsenal appointed former Napoli executive Maurizio Micheli to a senior recruitment role, a move widely seen as part of the club's long-term structural reset. Just months earlier, Andrea Berta had been confirmed as sporting director, effectively replacing Edu Gaspar. That appointment alone signaled a new era. Now, with Ellis gone, the transformation feels even more deliberate. Ellis joins Edu and former CEO Vini Venkatesham among high-profile departures from the Emirates hierarchy. Both Edu and Venkatesham moved on to new roles, Edu taking on a global director of football position at Nottingham Forest, and Venkatesham joining Tottenham. However, neither situation appears entirely stable. Edu's time at the City Ground has reportedly been turbulent. Nottingham Forest's dramatic drop in form since his arrival has raised serious questions about the project's direction, and indications suggest his tenure there may not last much longer. Meanwhile, at Tottenham, Venkatesham has come under intense scrutiny from Spurs supporters, particularly for his initial backing and continued support of Thomas Frank, even as results and performances deteriorated from December onward. Eventually, Igor Tudor was appointed interim manager, and his first match in charge came in the most demanding fixture possible, the North London derby against Arsenal. Despite having just 7 days in the job, the 47-year-old Tudor understands the magnitude of the occasion and the adversity he's facing. "We trained with 13 players," Tudor admitted. "That's the reality. It's not ideal, but in moments like this, the challenge becomes even greater. And so does the opportunity to succeed." He added confidently, "We will have 13 players ready, and that's more than enough to achieve what we want on Sunday. I understand the importance of this match. It's a North London derby. Everyone expects 3 points from us. We are aware of that." Arsenal, however, arrive at the derby carrying frustration of their own. Consecutive draws against Wolves and Brentford have slowed their momentum, and Mikel Arteta made it clear there could not be a better fixture to respond. "It's the next game, and it's the one we're most excited to play," Arteta said. "If we could play today, we would. We have to use that feeling in our stomach the right way, and show it on Sunday." There are also selection decisions looming. Despite Eberechi Eze scoring 3 times in the reverse fixture, his place in midfield is no longer guaranteed. Competition has intensified, particularly after positive fitness updates on Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard, both capable of operating in similar roles. "We'll have to wait until tomorrow," Arteta said cautiously. "But there's a strong possibility that both of them will be available." With tension rising both on and off the pitch, this derby feels bigger than usual. Arsenal are reshaping their leadership structure. Tottenham are battling instability, and both clubs are searching for momentum at a crucial stage of the season. Sunday won't just be about 3 points. It's about direction, identity, and control in North London. The broader picture, however, stretches beyond one derby or one boardroom exit. What is unfolding at Arsenal is a defining phase, a moment where structural decisions off the pitch could shape the club's competitiveness for years to come. The departure of James Ellis raises natural questions about continuity and recruitment strategy. Arsenal have invested heavily in building a data-driven, modern scouting network over the past few seasons. Under Mikel Arteta's leadership, recruitment has largely aligned with a clear footballing identity: younger profiles, tactical intelligence, technical security, and long-term resale value. Now, with Maurizio Micheli and Andrea Berta positioned as key figures, the club appears to be centralizing authority even further. For supporters, the concern isn't necessarily change, it's instability. Frequent turnover at executive level can create uncertainty during crucial transfer windows. With the summer approaching and expectations growing after consecutive near-title pushes, Arsenal cannot afford missteps in squad planning. Rivals are strengthening. Margins are thin. Every decision matters. On the pitch, the North London derby carries added psychological weight. Arsenal's recent draws against Wolves and Brentford weren't just dropped points. They dented momentum at a critical juncture of the season. Title races are often defined by response, how quickly a team reacts after disappointment. Arteta understands that narrative. Privately, there is belief within the squad that performances have not dipped as sharply as results suggest. Arsenal have maintained strong possession metrics, defensive structure, and chance creation numbers in recent matches. The issue has been efficiency, converting control into decisive moments. Against Tottenham, that margin for waste disappears. For Spurs, the situation feels even more volatile. Igor Tudor's interim appointment reflects urgency rather than long-term planning. Training sessions with limited numbers underline the squad's injury struggles, and depth will be tested against one of the league's most organized sides. Yet derby matches rarely follow logic. Emotional intensity often overrides tactical predictability. Another layer to the story is the competitive landscape at the top of the table. With Manchester City and Liverpool maintaining relentless standards, any slip can reshape the standings instantly. Arsenal know that draws at this stage can feel as damaging as defeats. The pressure is no longer about proving progress. It's about delivering silverware. Internally, Arteta's message has reportedly been direct. Block out external noise. The boardroom reshuffle, media speculation, and scrutiny around player selection cannot bleed into matchday focus. Leadership inside the dressing room, particularly from senior figures, becomes crucial in moments like this. There is also anticipation around the possible return of Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard. Their availability would not only boost tactical flexibility, but also restore leadership and composure in key phases of play. If both are fit, Arteta faces a selection dilemma, but one he would welcome. In North London, perception shifts quickly. One result can calm doubts or intensify them. A victory would reassert Arsenal's authority, silence questions about momentum, and reinforce belief in the current project despite executive turnover. A setback, however, would amplify concerns about consistency at the worst possible time. Ultimately, this is a convergence of narratives: structural change, title ambition, squad depth challenges, and historic rivalry. The derby will not define the entire season, but it will send a message. And right now, both clubs are desperate to control that message.